Greetings and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Laughing Lamps Salty Coke conversation session number 30. It was hard to choose. It's one. You guys get a single dose today. Just a single dose. But it was hard to capture the aura, if you will. Sit back and listen. It's a long one.
Pools of sounds fill my mind, a universe of shapes, kaleidoscope of colors. Star gardens blossom in their solitude, spiral architecture, heroes standing. Here I'm wandering, curiosity, thirst for knowledge. Eye for an eye, and the whole world will be flying. Oceans of madness, drowning the whole of mankind. What kind of man kills because of ideology? What kind of God justifies violence? I am waiting for comprehension. While I question, there's the world apart. Winds bring it upright. Fire protector. Water cleanse my soul. Let me
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Laughing Lamps Salty Coat Conversation session number 30. With me, your host, Jin of the Lamp. That was a hard decision to make. I'm sorry for the long song. I do apologize for that. But I don't. I'm sorry, not sorry. Another song. I think I want to play it. No, that's okay. That's a syndrome of a twin. Not this band. No, this band deserves more credit than they deserve. And I believe it was, that's what I was trying to get at. Very hard decision. I had two other songs I wanted to play. It would have been a double dose this week. Yeah, it would have been. But those two songs spread a different message than what I wanted to get across, I guess. And this one song just happens to encompass a combination, a combo. We'll get to that. A combination of a compilation album, if you will. They made a part 1 and a part 2. So, and this song happens to be in part 1. Part 2 has an amazing. So actually, well, every song is absolutely amazing, but in the combo album, if you will, if I had to be particularly specific about that something, every song on that album, but the second album I think has a better tempo to the music style that I like. So therefore, I favor the second, part 2. And this happens to be a long, and part 1 and 2 is called Elements. So there you go. I'll give you that much of a hint. You can figure out the rest, and if you know somebody who knows it, or if the description it shows it afterwards, if it's lucky enough. I noticed they did that. It's pretty cool. Then you'll figure it out. But yeah, I think it's a one song representation of the band, what they represent, what we are, and what we represent, all in one. The Elements. Get off your high horse. Yeah. Okay. A knick-knack I nicked for its value. A knick-knack has no value. It's a small item, worthless. Worthless? Less of worth for whom? The value in which you decide. Okay. I have a knack for these things. If time was the father of anything, what would it be? There's a hint in the answer that I give it to you. So get ready to pay attention. Okay. And I wonder if you played with it a different way, because the obvious was there. Okay. The essence of chaos. Hi, I'm just kidding. You smell that shit? It's a damn cologne. The damn cologne? No. Bad colon? For Dan. A Dan who? Awkward. Asteroid? Ackroyd. Oh, it's a combo. Interesting. That wasn't the answer. That was the hint. And I'll explain in just a moment. A knick-knack I nicked for its value. I have a knack for these things. If time was the father of anything, what would it be? Essence of chaos. You smell that shit? Damn cologne. Bad colon? For Dan. Dan who? Awkward. Asteroid? Dan cologne. Spelled colon. Shit. Oh shit. Uh-oh. That was my first civilian entry job trainer. Okay, you get that combo? Okay. Let's try to explain. High school, I finished. I signed up for the Navy. I did my Navy. I came back from the Navy. I did the college. After the college, I got my first civilian job. Medical transportation, thanks to a friend of mine recommend. Through another friend recommend. Okay. You get it? Good. I got the job. I got my in-dock first weekend, and then my first week of a training was an odd come in at 4. Come in at 4 in the morning to clean the trucks for an hour. Clock it in. Clock it in. Interesting. And he's the trainer, the person, the smelly cologne. Smelly because he's thinking like a shit. The story will explain itself. Just hold the moment. Oh, what? I don't have it that time. Are you killing all of the seconds of my billions existence? Okay. No problem. But it's my story. It's my stream. It's my show. And you came to listen? I don't know why. Sometimes I still ask myself, what the fuck? But I still do it too. So that's another. What the fuck? Quite a few fucks. No one gives. Okay. 4 o'clock in the morning to clean the trucks. 5 o'clock, first rides, start going to the lovely clinics. And I get my introduction to quite a few interesting people of interesting characteristics with interesting jobs and positions. Nightlife type of people. As expected. That's where they end up. Yeah, well, I'm a Jersey boy too, but he's not my... No, shut up. We get to there later. Not my whatevers. Unfortunately is voted in, but it is what it is. Deal with it and go with it. Now the camera is too low. What the fuck? Maybe I should have set it up. I set it up. That's a little bit better. Okay. Clean the trucks off at 4. 5 o'clock is the first ride pickup. Quite a few patients at a time because we drove a van with multiple seats and room for a wheelchair, 2 wheelchairs, and multiple seat drop down regardless. And I've had a full van before. They're fun. I was trusted for some interesting rides. Do I blow my toot to my horn? Toot, 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 toot. Do I toot it? Yes, let's toot it. Let's brag. I goddamn got that company 2 contracts back. So ready to prove me wrong, those of you watching from the outside, but go ahead. As far as I'm concerned, as far as a certain dispatcher had told me, one of them is specifically a home for a certain type of people in Rockaway County. We lost that contract due to a driver caught sleeping in the van. Now, I'm not giving out names. You can research, ask your dumb fucking friends who knew me, do whatever the fuck you need to do to get there, I guess. Got caught sleeping, so they decided to cut our contract as transportation main company to use for them, so on and so forth. And one day I got a discharge that happened to be going there. And it was, if it was not for the way I conducted myself with the patient from pickup to the ride to the drop off to how I brought them in, how I set them up, and what I did for them. The small things you don't consider because I fucking hate my job. I hate the patient specifically. No, I had a lot of hated fucking patients, but I knew how to conduct myself. Must be a learned thing or a felt thing or a way I want to do things to feel good about what I have to do. What I have to do is this. And I want to conduct myself this way because I don't want to show you so you get to know before you You see how now you know how to treat, a treat, a treat, and a retreat, and a treat. Welcome to the Laughing Lamp. Where did I gain my experience? From experience itself. From going out there, meeting and greeting, talking and a yakking, a bunch of shit, you and Iing, finding out a lot of stuff because they trust a fucking driver who just happens to be there on the time if possible. Called ahead if not. Had a good pickup, meet and greet. Had a good ride most of the time. And a very good finish with a lot of tip, tippy tip. I was at the tippy tip of the tippy tip of a tippy tip of a what? At the tip of top of the tip of the top. I was there, I thought, with this. I didn't give a shit about that. I needed it. I needed it. I needed it to keep a living going for myself. I understood that. But I wanted better for myself. I needed better for myself. What I needed was a this better. Because of the wanting and the need. I know. This is called the progress. Upgrade. Microchip. I don't know. That's just fucking around at this point. But you get the idea? So I got my training from this guy. I mentioned his name already, so rewind and rewatch it later. Figure it out. All over again. And all that had to come with the intro of my Laughing Lamp. Quick jump in the start. Yeah, but I gave you 11 minutes of music, so I figured, hey, I think you want to hear me talk now. You want to get on my point of view on what the fuck is shit you post. Hey, what the fuck is this? Explain yourself, motherfucker. But I don't need to explain myself to nobody. You just need to accept me for who, what, and whatever the fuck I am. Oh, I thought that's the way the world works. You and I for an eye for an eye. Did you pay attention to any lyric if you were able to? He scream a weird way, huh? Loud voice and all that kind of shit. Yeah, but it's a beautiful melody. Makes me cry when I pay attention to all of it. And I get a better sound because I'm in first person. You'll get it now? Okay. You'll get it now. Let's just start to explain myself for the people who is a needy greedy with all the information, all of a sudden interesting curiosity, kitty, come kill yourself. You got a 9 lives to play with? I know I do. I've been there and done a lot of shit, been through a lot of fire, burning myself many times. These hands is not a rap. They actually built by nature, nice and tough, very tough, naturally made, motherfucker, from a hard work and a elbow grease. All day long, every day. Challenges of mind thinking, but you are a mental motherfucker. How the hell you gain any kind of physical activity? Must be what I decide to use of my brain and how I do it with the physical. Everything I do, I said it before, is like a workout. You paying attention to anything or you just waiting to be updated? Microchip, oh what? Oh sorry, take it in, download. Update and I upload later. Computer matrix playing with the numbers. What numbers? Your bank number, your account number, your credit score, how many cards you open, how many account you have, how many vehicles you own, how many asset you have, you asshole piece of shit. Gotta have all this material, put my name out there, got every name on a label everywhere. But we don't see that. We don't understand that. But how they get my number, how they get my shit. Oh, do you remember the old fantasies? I don't know if you guys thought like me as a teenager living and growing up in America, a city kid nonetheless, not a farming, different lifestyles, different expectations, different everything. So I'm explaining a suburban sort of busy city lifestyle kid. Not New York. New York's too busy, extreme busy. That's far extreme. LA, far extreme. Los Angeles. Quiet suburban, yet packed full of people to a degree. Neighbors very close to each other, everybody having their own house and apartment complexes as well. So needless to say, I grew up with that. So the expectation we had was I don't receive any mail. The only mail I ever received was the report card, and even that was entitled to the parents of. It wasn't even, but my name was on the envelope, but it's entitled to the parent or guardian of. The parent or guardian over me, Ibrahim Mahana. Or Jean of the Lamp. That's who you are, right? Gene, they say there's Jean on the lamp on the envelope. No, motherfucker, I didn't grow up with Jean of the Lamp. I didn't even grow up with truly Bobby. I grew up with Bobby verbally. Everybody knew me as a Bobby. But my name on the paper Honor that piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. It's a beautiful. I don't care. I love my name. But on the paper is the point. The piece of shit of paper. I am Ibrahim Hana. Ah. But I grew up to Bobby. How you get that? I don't know the true story. I don't know it. I was told it's through my babysitter. A cartoon called Bobby's the World. And one day she called me a Bobby, and I said, "Oh, what?" And she said, "Why you answer?" I said, "I don't know. It stuck." But I remember kind of that memory. Interesting. I have a newspaper article that represents me at 3 years old with a supposed uncle of mine playing soccer. 3. I have no memory of it. That says Uncle certain somebody, Elias, maybe? Uncle so and so with uh, nephew, 3-year-old Bobby, and wrote me down as Bobby at 3 years old. So there's a proof of my name being a nickname Bobby since a 3. A memory I don't recall at all. At all. I was not paying attention yet as far as my memory recollects. Needless to say, I remember waking up a few times midway 4 to name my brother before he came to this world. And then I remember waking up on my 5th birthday party, and now these strange people were there, but for some reason I felt like I knew them and I called them by name. Where the fucking memory came from, that's a surprise to me. I don't know. Explanations you don't need to think too hard on, I guess, happen to be there. Life itself and the experiences later on kind of self explain how the potential of that came to reality. And then you still question it, I guess, because life's experiences sure as hell were different than my childhood experiences, especially in my 20s, hell, in my teens. Everything mentally was different perspectively for me. My perceptions felt and sensed different things. I used to once be innocent. I know you can still be there, feel all that, you still do. You're still that emotional. You try to cover it up. Klashinkov. Let's start getting to the posts. Really, at the end of the day, I was having fun with the posts, so actually I'm filling in with some interesting entertainment ideas you should potentially think about as a point of view of what's going on. Okay. Many score and many years ago, through the good we can see, evil came to be. How blind were we? Are we? Were we? Ah, why you keep on putting a slashes and shit like that in there? Because it makes me have to reconsider, rethink, put possibilities. You're good. You're like that. Challenge your mind. Spread your webs. Do your thing. Do your thing. Play with it. Like this? I don't know. However it takes. Whatever it takes. Wait a minute. Because now I allow my sacrifices. No. You're not allowed to use sacrifices of those things. Be careful of how you play or whether you wish for. Your wish may be granted, but I like it to have a fun. I do. See, I used to enjoy the manipulation of the feelings and the face change and the attitude and the verbal change. If I got a kick out of that in reality, imagine what others get a kick out of watching and doing to others. You're a sicko. World is full of them. Takes one to know one. I'm still here and I'm still around. And as far as I'm concerned, the only enemies I got lately is those who give a flying fuck, apparently, what I've been saying and thinking lately. All of a sudden, I thought you had a shitty attention. Okay, you're paying now. Emancipation, independent of proclaimed declarations. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious combo. I forgot what game that was. Ultra combo. You get like 40 hits in, something like that. I forgot what the game was. I don't think it was Bloody Roar. It might have been. I don't remember exactly. I just remember the sound effect, kind of like Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that little guy that comes out. Yeah, that's songs of sounds of memories that we remember that puts an image in our head of where we were when we saw it, and I can follow your story based off of what I see in my memory. And now you start telling a story that started to get a little deviant, defiant, deficient for me. And I cannot follow the story no more because I cannot connect the dots with your understanding versus mine. Was only limited specifically from back then. Interest was only enough for the dick I wanted, the piece of shit friend I want to keep, and the whatever reason I had to be there, had to go through it. So I know it from a memory because of my ex I used to play. I had a friend who used to have. I used to do with. Ah, all kind of memories come from all kind of things of who you used to do it with, what you used to do it for, and what happened during, huh? You sick of spin the bottle of freaks? You're spinning your pyramid now? You sit on it and spinning it now? Up your ass, motherfucker, getting screwed every day. Yeah, like a rogue, huh? World of Warcraft players would kind of understand that idea from the old level 60, the classic original release, being a rogue. Hell, even Burning Crusade. Hit evasion. I could shank you and dodge at the same time. You dead, motherfucker. Many score and many years ago, through the good we can see, evil came to be. How blind were we? Emancipation Proclamation, Abraham Lincoln's famous, what he's made famous for to a degree, right? What helped set the slaves free. Sure. And the Declaration of Independence. Combo of a snaky word play, no difference than your Bibles and the religion talk. Every saying, hell, your corporate boss, everyone you talk to in your neighborhood, in a day house, at a home, at the work, at the building, at the office, at this place, at that place, at there, and there, and there, and there, and oopsie daisy, up and down, and left and right, and north and south, and east and west, and what the fuck with the elements? Oh no, you must be high, motherfucker, because you're sitting there and having a good time. I'm just having a good time. That's the difference between you and me, motherfucker. I am just having a good time. I'm not under the influence of under, over, nothing. No, no, nothing. I guess if you had to be under something, I'm under the moonlight. No, I'm inside of my house, so there is no moonlight. What is you talking about? I'm under the house lights then. Okay, but that's what I'm under currently. Am I under a pressure? That's a feeling to have. I'm under that too. Under a lot of things. Under the weather? Technically, yes, I'm under the weather. Inside of me, internally, no. Internally, I'm better than the weather. I overbeat that shit, motherfucker. How many words can you play with? I am Jean of the Lamp. Can I grant you a wish so I can play with it the many infinity kind of ways? That's an endless possibility of outcomes. Lots of potentials there. Would you help guide me? Perhaps you need a guidance. I don't know. It's a dance, a tango of infinity. You and I? Oh, welcome to the show. Emancipation, independent of proclaimed declaration, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Combo. Just throwing it in there. It's an idea, wordplay, word stuff. Go research it yourself. Read up on it, what it was meant to do, who wrote it, gain the interest in the reason why I did it, and they did it, or why it got signed, why they got approved by a United States of America. I don't know. Well, true word of unity. Interesting how Katrina, Hurricane Katrina, showed an interesting segregation amongst the city folks themselves when the cops, right? Hello, police, was shooting at the people trying to get across the bridge to safety. The word they used in the media was they was going to safety. The word the police on the scene tried to use, they was trying to do bad things. How we know without thinking the possible way each one was feeling during the situation. You wouldn't know without the experience. But there's a united feeling between all experiences. Therefore, I've been under the pressure of a need to do, and I've been stopped by somebody. That had to be a cop with a gun, don't have to be that. But I've been stopped by the principal on my way to the restroom without a hall pass. Oops, gotta get out of it. Gotta say what I gotta say, gotta do what I gotta do. Hey, I gotta say what I gotta say, and I gotta do what I gotta do. And I am looking for a proof. I'm an authority figure, right? Moving on. Just something worth thinking about, don't you think? Don't you think? We don't know nothing, huh? We didn't go through experiences. We don't recall exactly how I saw someone go through their experience. But I also know that person, and perhaps why the potential for why they were dealt with that way specifically. But I, in a similarly but not the same, perhaps the same, got yelled at a different way, was a disciplined at this kind of a way. Interesting reputation you have. Interesting way people that deal with you. You are paying attention. Interested me. So are they. So everybody seems to be talking behind everybody back. Did you know I got in trouble for this too? That motherfucker got away with it. This motherfucker didn't even. He took his shit. I saw the motherfucker do it. Yeah. Interesting how attention you're actually paying. It's a free. No troll for this toll bridge. Knowledge, how free is it? Well, open your eyes and see. Open your eyes and see how free and quickly you can learn through your own visual experience. Then use a mental sharing through yakety through another person to see if they went through, felt like the same or similar type of feeling through the same or similar type of experience. Very interesting theories you got in your head. No, just a smaller basic concepts. A smaller seed of a, maybe it's even part of a root. Who knows? It's a seed for me of an idea of potential possibility that I grow in the imagination. And then when I go out to the world, I happen to see a lot of realities of, oh shit, I saw in my head. Is that a prophecy? No. Maybe. Perhaps so. So, così, cose. Ah. Well, did you fit in? Huh? No, I think I claim I fit into everyone. The punks, the goths, the hippa hops, well, actually, not much on the preps. Little preppy boys. I mean, I had a few that I knew, but really mostly because of a one person, I got to fit in with everybody. One person to help spread your reputation of, hey, so you hang out with them. What's the fuck is they like? Now, that explanation I do not know of myself, but what I do know is the feeling of the aura that I felt as I walked through the hallways. Nobody ever bothered me. When I walked to and from school, nobody ever bothered me. And then the one person to bother me was my next door neighbor, Eddie. Ed, and Eddie, double D. Yeah, the town alcoholic. Lost his license every other time he got it. You catch him on a bicycle in town because he's not allowed to drive right now. But he's a fucking smart tack. Keep that motherfucker. Keep that one. Works early today. Keep that one. Interesting character. Oh, he was a very interesting character. Anyway, he caught me. And he says, hey, Bobby, right? Why do you walk with that little tough exterior attitude? You walk like you're ready to fight somebody. Fuck somebody up is what he said. You look like you're ready to fuck somebody up. I said, what? I just look normal, natural. I guess because my eyebrows are... I don't know. Natural look, bitch face. Don't fuck with me face. I'm not in the mood right now. Well, since when did your look ever give a shit to somebody who was a beefing with you anyway? But I had a no beef. You got a beef? I got a no beef with you. You got a beef with me? Beef, huh? All of a sudden you're not a vegan, huh, motherfucker? Well, you got a celery stick? Let's go. You got a sticker with me? I got a stick with you. I'll fuck you with my stick. I'm sure you will. You're fucking up. Did you fit in? Did it? Do you still fit in? Do you still fit into that specific group you grew up with because you segregated yourself from reality of what you saw in your teenage life because of experiences you were only able to share with those who wore a specific clothes because they happened to think of the same way? I bet you there was a unity and another wearer of different clothes, but the experiences that you guys unite with, that's behind the scenes, behind everybody's back. When you share your shit together and have a party Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and happen to catch the blues and cannot make it to school. You telling me what the fuck experience that you went through? Because that's the reason I stay on the computer, so I don't gotta get a fucked up just to fit in. To fit in. If you didn't, you think you're there not touching anything? Trust me, everybody needed to focus for school. Does it fit you? Does it fit in you? Get fucked by the dick you sit on every fucking day. Sit on it and spin and shove it up your ass. Constitutional Bill of Rights. Constitutional right to bills. Seems more like wordplay to me. Depends on what you'd like to look at. It's up to you, not me. The vote is one the power of a one. All of a sudden it means nothing? No, it means a lot of things. I don't know how seriously you take it. That's up to you. Up to you. Up to you. I stop giving a shit. That's absolutely right. Legislative, judicial, executive. Well, branch me off a piece of that voting booth. Yeah. Senatorial representation of Congress. It's not your house. It's not your president. Not your control. How come? Get a fucked motherfucker by every piece of documentation that allowed certain peoples within the powers that they have voted in by whom. We'll get to that when I start singing a fucking song to you. You're not gonna like it. I'm gonna do the best that I can, but most likely, like every other fucking a bowl and a cup and a series and a final and a bullshit, I'm gonna fuck it up and you're not gonna catch it until I give you a titty slip. Then you're gonna notice some shit. No problem. We get there. Did you fit in? Do you still fit in? Does it fit in you? Does it fit you? Who plays with the words? Everybody who's a job got official documentation. So we learn to creatively play with the words in order to protect the way we document you. It's not how you attempted to be documented, you did your best, but how they need to document you to protect themselves. But I thought I went there to say what I gotta say to protect myself, and they offered the services to help protect me. Correct, but they needed to protect themselves first in order to do what they gotta do to protect you. And if what you and them don't help protect them at the end of the day, we cannot help you. You understand how that works? But there's a lot of creativity, you and I, with the commas and the periods and the colon up a US. Go snort the coke from a New York City, motherfucker, and bring it back to a safer warehouse with the trainee. You fucking idiot. I don't need that information, and now it's exposed. Go fuck it yourself. What is this world made of? Made of that. Businesses like that get represented legally on paper as good, fine, connected in certain business fields. Go paint houses. Okay, let's try to sing this song. Ready, guys? Ready? Oh, say, can you see by the allegiance pledge to a flag we stepped on in the country of origin? It's a republic stand with a democratic push and corruption's vile stain marking territories, gave proof that we're slaves when these wars are over. Oh, say, does that vote count? Though they were just here in the land of voting dead and the home of savages. I told you I was going to fuck it up. But I did my best anyway, and I got it out of my system. So here we go with the embarrassment. Oh, say, can you see, by the allegiance pledged to a flag we step on in the country of origin. It's a republic stand with a democratic push, and corruption's vile stain, marking territories, gave proof that we are slaves. When these wars are over, oh say, does that vote count? Though they were just here, in the land of voting dead, and the home of savages. A happy Thanksgiving to you. If you read that, you ain't free. You just made time for me. Mwah! Hannah Banana Montana from Tababa. Oh, I didn't throw that in there in the post. No, I didn't. Tababa is the one who gave me the Hannah Banana nickname in the service. Because of my name is a Hannah and he don't like a Hannah Montana, and I was called a Hannah Montana, he said, no, my friend, you're Hannah Banana. I never asked you why, but I assume it's because he thought I was as slippery as hell. Watch where you step. This guy invited me to a working party while I was stuck doing barracks support duty upon my arrival at Pensacola A School, waiting for the AMA school to open a slot for me in the next class. So there's multiple people on waiting lists. And barracks support was a bunch of us who just arrived with nothing else to do, especially if we couldn't become a yeoman, which is a desk bitch. Or get into a working party as opposed to barracks support during the 8 hours of normal school time for everyone else. Right. So what is a barracks support? Bunch of us at our barracks, X amount of people per room, because you had plenty, and we're talking about public room, common rooms, so the hallways, the libraries, the study rooms, if you will, the open area type rooms, and X amount of people in there. Because of the X amount of people, choose a window. 8 hours. Better be wiping, spraying the whole time. No talking. Have a fun with that. That's like boot camp all over again. It was more civil than that because they would just tell you to shut up or else. Some of us got the or else. Okay, anyway, I met this guy at the smoke pit and he liked the way I was talking, I guess. And at the time, me and barrack support buddy Stitch Bitch Mitch, it was a PR, last name Mitchell, and we called PRs parachute riggers, which worked on officers' equipment, stitch bitches, because technically their job had a lot of sewing to do. So what? No, sewing. So. Oh shit, spelled differently, said the same, similar but not the same. Go figure. Needless to say, Stitch Bitch Mitch was out there smoking cigarettes with me, and he's my buddy through barrack support. Tababa caught wind of our conversation, joined in. We shared cigarette ideas of packs, turned into more and more. And he says, what are you guys doing? I said, barrack support, dude. Fucking sucks. You guys want to be a working party? I got 3 guys about to leave. They're going into school. Oh, they're all airframers too, AMs. Go figure. My kinds of guys. These guys were from Philippines or Guam, somewhere around there. And he said, I said, sure. I took an interest in me. Hannah Banana, the slippery fuck snake. 7, who knows? I don't know. 6, 9, 8, 2, 11, one of them. I don't know. And brought us over to the AS, a different job. AS working party, who was run by a light-skinned military chief current and a civilian contracted a former E5 retired Navy, Filipino or Guam. How specific were the people at that working party? And how surprised were they when the 2 extra white boys show up? Light-skinned boys, sorry, excuse me. I sincerely apologize for that act of a wordplay. I called them a color of a scheme in a rainbow. I thought he was a gay, and you and I was a gay to use it. Happy, happy, happy? Oh no, the word play not allowed to use, but if I use it on a paper, perhaps it's official. Was it accepted? Depends on how you acted it out. You got a jury to take care of. Go babies their hearts. Here's an interesting, I guess, Arabic wordplay, because we're going to get to the next post. I've explained enough. I've made fun of the damn Star Spangled Banner and Pledge of Allegiance combo. It's a bunch of combos. All of this shit is a memoirs of a djinn. So one day, in case I lose my memory and the technology is there, I get to look back at the crazy me who thought a certain way, perhaps catch a hint of who I used to be, to bring back a potential possibility of a memory of who I am, to get me upstarted again. Who knows? I may or may not need that requirement. It's a necessity of potential possibility that I've included in my life. So I do this crazy shit to remind me of who I am, always was, always will be. Can you say the same? Can you say the same? No, you feel similarly, but it's not the same. Menuke. Oh shit. There is Arabic plate. Menuke. 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 I'm a Menuke motherfucker. Menuke. Menuke motherfucker. I am. Understand. Go find a Latakian friend to tell you what the fuck it is. Your laugh is a maniacal or comical? Maniacal or comical? Depends on how I use it at the time. Sometimes it's a fake. Did you catch on to the act? Action, act, camera, shoot. We get there. We get there. Usually unusual, unusually usual, normally abnormal, abnormally normal. It will perhaps make sense. I mayhaps make fun. Then we mishap, make up, and make it. Oops, we fucked it. Right out of your system. Get it out of your system. I understand now. I get it. I put a 1 and a 1 together. I see a number of 2. Come with another 1 and a 1. Another 2. 2 and 2 became a 4. Uh-oh, the numbers is increasing. They're multiplying. Insignificance of a multiplication factor of the incorrect ideologies are going on, a mixing and a matching out there. But to each of their own, right? Shut the fuck up, you fucking judge. You know judging me, you don't know me, and the decisions that I make just happen to come with that price because of a decision you made. You talk shit about after. Go fuck yourself and decide the side you chose at the wrong time because you too needed to burn your hands. Correct. We should stay out of the fire. I don't know. I like the elements. How else you gonna learn? My laugh is both maniacal and comical. I am usually unusual and I am unusually usual. I am both normal and chaotic, chaotic and normal. I am both and both together because you and I both are yin and a yang. We are balance accepts. We are balance itself. What we end up doing is yinning too much or yanging too much, one or the other. We can't find a way to yang with our yin, you see? It's there for a reason, like everything has a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Everything can be controlled within reason. Whether you see it, confront it, choose to, a battle worth your choice, correct? Correct. Absolutely. Every battle is worth arguing against. Problem is the sacrifice your battle comes with because you know it's a loss. It is a suicide mission. If I speak out this way about this, here about that, there, specific Lee, General Lee can't do, shut the fuck up to move on with your life. Take the shit, sit on it, and spin. Most of you, all of you, based off of what I see. We walk at this earth, but we don't see what we see. And when you finally catch me, we fight and argue and a bullshit. I gotta lie about an experience that we actually share. But because of the life I choose, the sacrifice I make it to keep it, I have to choose the battle they choose for me. Ah, interesting. Yeah, you did fuck it. And because we fucked it, Putin on a show, Biden for time. Ha 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 ha. The Bear God versus the Jersey Boy. Did y'all know that about your president, our president, the We Fucked It team? Okay, that's what I say. Kalashnikov. Kalashnikov was a firearm my father was experienced with during his time in the army of Syria. I'm an American-born citizen. My parents are not. Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. No, no, oh shit. You and I citizen, motherfucker. I don't need the green card in my paperwork. I don't need a visa in my paperwork. I don't need that on my paperwork. I'm a born American, a born a citizen, and the hospital birth certificate and all that kind of shit. Where the other certificate gonna end up? The death one? Who knows? Who knows where that's going to be? What a state, what a city, what a country? Who knows if it's ever going to be in the first place? Be careful what you wish for. 29, I was supposed to die. Self-suicide if necessary. If necessary. But why? Why, Jin? Because at the time that I thought about that, I was like 13. And I thought to myself, if I died and went to heaven, I don't want to look like an old man. I was stupid to figure out what a soul or a spirit might look like. I didn't think at the time that you can look alike anything you may want to look alike as a spirit or whatever in a heaven. But I don't know yet what I'm going to look like at certain age. I realize, though, people look like a certain look between a certain age and certain age if they're well maintained. So I'd like to die at an age where that mediocre, medium, average, purposely made, I guess, the look you have that people get to know you as, that age, 29, right before 30, and you start falling apart. So I thought in my head at the time of 13, if not even prior, I can't recall. But I said, let me die at 29 so I don't see 30, no wrinkles on me when I go to heaven. That's what I thought as a Christian idiot. As a Christian idiot, is what I thought. I don't know yet. Don't know nothing yet. I still know nothing. I don't want to know yet. I got a life to live, shit to say before I disappear. Will I see the anniversary? We'll see. You and I with some unity, or did we fuck all the shit? I don't know. Long as I'm here, I'll be here until there. Will you allow me? We'll see. The bear god I made fun of because I think he was riding a horse shirtless. And yet Russia is known for bears, so I called him the bear god. And then Biden is a Jersey boy. So am I. Clash and cover, a firearm my father was a master of in the Syrian army. Were you watching The Apprentice or The Magician? Who will trump a who? What was up a who's sleeve? Okay. Whether you're considering the actual filmography of The Apprentice and The Magician, just think of a magic act in the first place, a traditional one, a stage set show with an actual apprentice, a sidekick, a bitch. When you're watching one do the other and one do the other, each one is setting up behind your eyeballs because they understand the perspective of a human curiosity and interest, and most of the time they get away with it. Most of the time. Other time, you're there for an entertaining show, so you shut the fuck up because perhaps you brought a gullible folk, the kids, the kiddies, who don't see the imagery yet. So you think, I notice it, and I don't need nobody to explain it. Okay, not the point. Not the point. So we put up a magic act, and when your eyes is deficient over here, specifically getting done here, then you get your eyes back here, but now the setup is over here, and your eyes is over here. Very interesting. Let's talk about Jesus, you and I. Let's talk about Peter, you and I, and how the ghost told him all his magic tricks, fucking a Houdini snake. Then he said, go back in the town and tell the king, show everybody how he's wrong. Now, let's put this image in your head. Yay he, king, you fucking fake. Show me the truth of everything you know. And the king says, no, watch this shit. While you was talking, I set it up for the first act, and I'm gonna choose the first act is to walk on the water. So after you didn't notice I put whatever I put on, I start slipping and sliding on my water. While I called out all of your shit and I make the people look at all the falseness you put on, I was putting on the same shit because their eyes was on you. Now I say, watch me. And look at me, guys. I walk on the water too. But I didn't put on no fake slippers or nothing. Fucking a snake play again. Now I'm gonna show you how I fly. The king, will you show me how you fly? So as the king is flying, Peter say, look at the fakeness of how he's flying. Look at that and look at this and check this shit out. But while your attention is looking at the king, I set myself up so that I can fly next. Okay, my turn, watch this. I fly too. I told you I can do it, but you didn't see how I do. Put me back down, and there you go. King say, you motherfucker, kill it, a piece of shit. He said, I knew this was coming, but you gonna die too. But do me a favor, put me upside down. He said, why? He said, because at first I didn't believe. Well, you too is sleeping, and at first you cannot see. But why I gotta choose between this motherfucker and this motherfucker? We have no involvement in this shit. Wait a minute. His son does. Got a business deal. Also with the China. Maybe it's there next. Who fucking knows? But you should be paying attention to other things in the background, not just the decisions that you see by a man you claim to be evil. Oh shit. Oh shit. Knock knock and a ding dong. Knock knock and a ding dong. I'm telling you, hi, meeting after meeting. I'm coming, I'm coming. This is what I want to stop me. I don't want to give it to you. Come and get it, motherfucker. I'm telling you, as a safety, let's do this peacefully. Perhaps there was a conversation at a night table you didn't get to go to. Did you hear about it? Who knows? But I can promise you this. There was a time of conversation to tell you at least I'm coming to fuck you up. At least I'm coming to fuck you up. And somebody said, you won't. And somebody said, watch this. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. No. Sometimes, perhaps, it may take the darkness of a soul, the dark, to awaken the bullshit inside of you. It's going to take that. Somebody willing to sin in order to expose the sinners. Let me ask you this. You fuck a whore lately? You ever fuck a whore in your life? You have a Russian order male bride? Did you get one of those fake shit imagination stuff that don't exist? Or really, you ever seen a weird marriage? People who's kind of weirdly united? Something is off of here. Are you sure? Who you think got a little black book on every dick you put it in? Huh? Most Belarusians. I'm sure they got a lot of dirt. Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, Mother Russia. The only people I've ever heard to gracefully call themselves nationalistic, prideful motherfuckers. I never heard Americans say Mother America, Father America. Nope, father of bullshits. Father, forefathers, four of them, 4 and many years ago. 4. Too many twos. Too many twos. Too many twos. A fork in the road. Too many web of lie. A deceitful father of lies. That's how that works, isn't it? The father of what? Chaos. Chaotic a bullshit of a webs the males are able to spin, backed up by certain women they have a drink with. The fucking whores that they fucking the marries they have that they may or may not have married themselves, but they sure as hell fucked her at one point like a whore. Break you. Gotta break you. Talk about having a dirt, Mother Russia. Yeah, if anybody was to have a dirt on anybody, even mob related, if you'd like to say that the country is run by the mob themselves, still to this day, these Russian Orthodox people who was forced to take on something, these original gypsies, these pagans, these gypsies, these gypsy motherfuckers. Okay. Who had to change and adapt? Listen, if the country was not united in the decisions of their leadership, if you paid attention to Russian history, USSR, and Soviet history, ever, as soon as the tyrant of a leader became a little too tyrannical, the people revolted and cut his head off. Trust me, if they're not united in a decision they needed to do, they take the leader out themselves. They are a self-sufficient country. But you and I see different things based off of what? What molding you're forced to look at? What molding you're forced to be in? You have a no free will decision to even make friends who think differently, because outside of that fucking bubble, out of the box, out of the bubble, is not allowed as a taboo, forced tied branch of a way of thinking. I cannot go back home being mind manipulated against my family, but then I don't think why my family even thinks that way in the first place. Maybe there's a secret you don't know about, motherfucker. That's why the dick went up at the place you're not supposed to have it too early in your age, because the sacrifice was made, and the secret is known by some Russian motherfucker who every mobster have probably fucked once in their life. Who got a dirt on people? Or why people is afraid to fight this country? Because they got a dirt on everybody. These dirty people, huh? Go fuck yourself. You don't know shit about what's going on. Ukraine got their own problems of an 8-year bombing right next to their own neighbors. So somebody said, time to stop. You don't see that history. You feel bad for the innocents that may or not be harmed. Well, apparently you did forgot. You don't remember. Plenty of innocents were lost on our side as well in 2001. What unity do y'all really have? And stay out of other people's business is my personal opinion. But there's a business deal going on. You have business deals with these fake Russian mail order bride salesmen. Hey, Russian order bride, you're not selling Russians, motherfucker. And if you are, you're kidnapping them from our country. But one way or another, you're also selling fake Russian brides on your website. And we don't approve. We are involved in the dirty business, and we don't approve of your false advertisement of the women that you sell. Interesting. You don't think about that war either. It's a war on drugs, but not a war on prostitution, kidnapping, uh, slavery. There's no war on that shit. It's all about the drugs. Okay. The war on drugs is amongst you yourself, and you got a prescription for that. So the war is taken care of on a paper. Game over. Everything is either falling to pieces, which is actually a song by Firewind that I had considered playing today, versus falling into place. Anybody who wants to believe in conspiracies of the Illuminati and shit like that, special books with my name in it, stuff like that, with a symbol that represents more stuff like a Freemasonry. But you're not supposed to 1 + 1 of these things. That's a coincidental setup in your life. Oh, really? Just people went out of their way to set this shit up in my life. Maybe in your life. Because you've been fucked and initiated too. I forgot about that. So you're not allowed to expose nothing. That's the secrecy, the darkness, the shadow cast over you, the hood that you wear and the mask that you paint. Go hide yourself in your fucking shame. Hide yourselves in your fucking shame. Well, brothers and sisters, who is keeping a score anyway? You see? You just saw the innocent. You're not keeping a score on what's going on in political or anything life. Politics and business go hand in fucking hand in order to set up the deals that our corporations and their corporations are allowed to have in the first place. Otherwise, why are we putting tariffs and embargoes and other stops anywhere? Who the fuck are you to be allowed? Listen, United Nations is no different than the United States. There is no unity with you and I there. No thank you. That's a bunch of we fucked it team and not interested there. No cardinals or bishops to play. Your move. Oh, I skipped one. As the seventh seal, another song by Primal Fear, breaks and the Fourth Reich begins, another song by the band that I played earlier at the start of my stream. Interesting. Things seem to be coming into place. People talk about this shit coming before. Yeah, but what is you paying attention to? Your current bills, your current problems, your current drugs, your current addiction, your life, your current stuff. So you claim comes with a baggage. Go fuck it yourself. You don't see the baggage behind you. You just take the leaf bag out, dump it into the dumpster, and start setting up all over again. Fresh new leaves that you break down, okay, mulch down. No cardinals or bishops to play. Your move. Happen to have a rook. Go figure. I spread on my wings and I fly. A Russian Orthodox, Syrian American, Armenian, and Greek as well, didn't throw that in there, take on the action. Blame the baptism. Cut to the chase. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. This is Act 30, technically. Scene, camera is good. No problem. Check the camera. And shoot, motherfucker. Oopsie. What happened in Hollywood recently? That motherfucker gets to spend his money and do whatever he wants until we find him guilty, innocent until guilty. Is it a skin color thing or is it a reputation? Who knows? But there is a reason for everything. Whose twisty you mind? You know what direction you allowed it to be? To be a manipulation of what you allowed it to think, to be or not to be. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I think that's pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me this week. The crazy Jean of the Lamp. On this session of the Laughing Lamp's Salty Coat Conversation Session number 30. With me, your host, Jean of the Lamp. Your inner fear. Keep forgetting certain things. Your inner fear. Fear is the thought. Well, I'm surprised because there's a lot of actions that come with those, but do you still see? Take care. Be well. Stay safe, ladies and gentlemen.